Joe, man, I'm Sam. This will be alongside me today is the man behind the Twitter Wrestling's Voice of Reason, Scott, as well as the third man, the man in black, my co-host from ATR Rising Sun, Ethan. We are coming to you from above the ring. Bedlam Media's premier wrestling podcast covering all things AEW, WWE worldwide, coming to you. I don't know. It's in the morning. I don't know when we're dropping this. It could be Tuesday. Let's say it's Tuesday. Hi, happy Tuesday, everybody. Taco Tuesday.
Happy Taco Tuesday. Yeah.
The Taco Tuesday after Revolution. A lot to talk about, I think, on this show. I think overall, and I know, Scott, I don't know if you saw the highlights.
I did.
You did see highlights? All right. So Ethan and I watched this. First and foremost, the pay-per-view ended before midnight Eastern time.
I was happy. It was 5 to 1. It was 12:55 a.m. I'm like, yes, it's over.
I heard they cut off Sting's whatchamacallit afterwards. He had the mic and they cut it short, but
that was so WCW.
I know, right? I saw somebody on Twitter said that. I was like, oh my god, it's Goldberg and DDP all over again.
Yeah, Darby's like, he's whispering over and he's like, it's over.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they caught it on camera. I mean, they'll probably drop it online. I mean,
they did. Yeah, they did after the fact. I checked it out, and they did have the whole speech afterwards. So
yeah, it was Let's first and foremost, this is what I will say, and I think Ethan will agree with me here. AEW came out swinging beginning of 24 with this pay-per-view. There was a lot. It was a great show. I mean, the atmosphere, the whole Sting's last match, they're in Greensboro. You had Jim Crockett's, I think, son.
David
Crockett was there.
The Young Blocks. As he called them.
Ethan, what did you think overall?
Overall score 9 out of 10. And
the
5
show's an Ethan
picks
pick
on the show. Yes,
yeah, it shows an Ethan pick. I like it.
There's a few.
The Ethan scale was broken several times during this.
Yes, I saw that too. I was like, oh, all right.
Oh, sorry, 3 ties. It broke 3 ties.
All right. Well, before we begin, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, follow, us, ATR, follow Bedlam Media. Also, after this, guys, we got 3 more big shows in one weekend coming up. That's right. By the time this drops, we're talking Mania. We got about a month till WrestleMania. Scott and I will be there. We will be covering it. We got a lot to talk about there in the future. But again, let's get right into this. We had 2 matches on the pre-show. The pre-show was a little longer. I think it was about an hour and a half, but the matches were towards the latter hour.
It was like the last 50 or minutes, yeah.
Yeah, so we had Bang Bang Scissor Gang defeating Jeff Jarrett, Satnam Singh, Jay Lethal, Willie Mack, and Private Party. And then Chris Statler, Lander, and Willow Nightingale defeating Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Ethan, you want to add anything to that?
Sky Blue has the weirdest win-loss record I ever seen in my life. Like, it's so 50. Like, it's funny. Like, she beat Statlander on Dynamite, and then she lost on the pre-show. Like, what? Like, what? I will say Nightingale with the pounds. That was funny. That for the women's tag match. I mean, Sky Blue went flying. And then the 12-man sausage fest pre-show match. The only funny part I liked about that was when Jarrett was doing the strut, and the rest of everybody on his side was doing it on the floor, and Sanjay's on the apron. I thought that was the funniest thing on the whole night, but honestly, they're skippable. I mean, the 12-man tags a 4 out of 10, and then the women's tag 6 out of 10 for me.
I heard from a little birdie that Max Caster once again screwed up his rap. What's been going on with this man lately? He's been dropping the ball with this. I don't like it.
Storyline. Well, the first one was a fuck up, but I think I like how they're turning it into a storyline, so it works.
Okay, all right. If it's storyline purpose,
the first time wasn't, but I think the second one was a storyline. Like oopsies.
Okay.
The other thing I know that Jay Lethal had mentioned, he wanted to call a shot for I think is it a title match potentially in the future? In Boston.
Yeah. Big business in Boston.
So, and we talked about this on the pre-show. I don't want to talk about it too much, but I think the biggest problem here that Ethan and I had, Scott, was that you have a main eventer from New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he's on a pre-show match.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're not going to spend too much time here. What we are going to talk about is probably the most important faction in all of wrestling, kicking the show off. Christian Cage taking on and defending with by his side the patriarchy. Daniel Garcia to retain the TNT title.
7 out of 10. This ruled. And Garcia had it was funny. Like in the corner, Garcia was dancing, and his nuts were hitting him in Christian's face. I was like, "Oh, poor Christian."
Oh my god.
And by the way, that's a real. I am not joking. That was a legit spot in the match. And Aubrey's trying to go like tap him on his leg, and she's just like, "This is kind of awkward." Like,
Yeah, be careful where you going.
but because like you know how referees are like, "Hey, like down," kind of thing. She's like, "Never mind." But the match,
Good.
opening match was fun. It was funny during the pick show. I almost picked Garcia, but Sam convinced me to change. Thank you, by the way.
I'm a pretty convincing man.
Well, you convinced me on one. The other one, we got heat for the other one later.
Oh.
So Christian, he's just on fire right now, and I love Garcia, and I think he needs to work his way up. I don't think he's the guy to take him down. Maybe down the road, maybe get some momentum. When AEW gets the momentum right, they hit it on the head. Like they're so good at it. Like Christian right now, you need somebody to replace MJF with him being out right now, and Christian is just chef's kiss. Just incredible.
I feel like if Adam Copeland wasn't injured, I feel like Adam Copeland would have won this match. Because he was supposed to be in there instead of Daniel Garcia. Garcia was supposed to get a match later on. So I feel like if Adam Copeland wasn't hurt, I feel like he might have taken that title tonight or last night.
Probably. That's a fair enough assessment. And knowing that information, that's probably why Daniel Garcia didn't win.
Right. That was the main reason why I didn't pick Daniel Garcia to win, because I had a feeling they're waiting for when Copeland comes back. You want to call him Edge. When Copeland comes back, they're going to have their one-on-one match. It's going to be at whatever their next. I can't remember what the next
Dynasty
is for what?
Dynasty.
Oh, that's right. They haven't. That's right. There's a new pay-per-view for them. Yeah, I'll let you guys talk about that since they mentioned it during the show.
Yep, you have a new pay-per-view. We'll bring it up because I don't remember when they mentioned it towards the end. We got Dynasty. It's gonna be April 21st.
They're facing out with TNA again.
Yeah, where is it? They said it too. Is it
St. Louis?
St. Louis.
Well, all right.
So it seems like AEW's ramping up to start doing 12 shows a year. Slowly but surely.
I think that's what Warner wanted out of them too, so that makes sense.
Yeah, he said on the Scrum, sorry, Sam, that he wants the sweet spots like 9 to 10.
Yeah,
9 to 10 is good. I 9 to 10 is good. I like that. That's good.
Going off of that, it's March, so we had Revolution. That means we're already talking next month is Dynasty. The following month after that is Double or Nothing.
Yep.
June is Forbidden Door. August. It's August, right?
August is All In.
Yeah, so minus July.
And All Out. They'll probably be back to back.
September
is that's probably gonna be a thing going forward, honestly. The back to back. The In and Out, I almost said.
Nice. We need to be sponsored by In and Out for both those pay-per-views. It needs to happen.
Oh, please. I want to see that now, just for that. That'd be fucking funny.
I feel like I'm missing something. Was there Wrestle Dream?
Wrestle Dream in October.
So October, Full Gear, November, World's End. So we're just missing unless they want to hold off January and February because they didn't really do anything.
Well, Revolution goes between March and February and March anyway.
Yeah. So do you really want to go head-to-head with the Rumble? I don't know if you want to do that.
No. Well, that's something that Tony has been good with. He said he would never put his pay-per-views for AEW one-on-one with the WWE pay-per-views. Just smart.
But yeah, he's putting Collision against WrestleMania Night 1. but they're taping that one, so
That's a television deal thing, I think. You know,
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
are
I
you
know.
gonna, what are you gonna do at that point? I mean, there's so much wrestling we have now. I mean, to get anybody else even on like television during the week, you got to go up against WWE or AEW.
Yep.
And then you want to throw TNA in there. Who's TNA gonna, you know? And then you want to throw NWA now, and then you're gonna put Ring of Honor in. So you definitely get to this point where you're gonna have overlap.
Yeah.
So, but no, I'm excited for Dynasty. Interesting name. Curious to see what happens at that show. But let's talk about the second match of the night, Ethan. I think probably one of the first Ethan picks of the show.
yes, it was. This world. This is the spoiler. This is one of two matches Scott got wrong.
That's okay. That's okay. I only got 2 wrong. It's fine. It's fine.
Shut up, man.
This one, I was actually talking to Ethan about this. This one, I was 50-50. The Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson match. It was really tough for me to go either way. I figured Bryan winning it would just continue that storyline of those two. It might still continue, but
I thought about that too, especially Bryan has a pretty solid, you know, he wasn't somebody to shun off, but I felt like Eddie doesn't ever really hold a title. So I think
that's true.
you know, this is his time to shine. You know,
Yeah.
if he's going to get one title run, let him have this one.
Yep. No, I agree. Yeah, like I was literally like 51-49 on this, like percentage wise. Like it was just like I don't know. I'm happy for Eddie. I really am. I love that he's getting these runs with these titles, and I hope at some point I hope that he doesn't hold on to all 3 forever. I hope that they do they split them off eventually and they go their separate places. For now, it's fine, but I always feel like if somebody's holding on to too many titles and they're not individually defending them, I feel like they're kind of held hostage. Even though I understand it's a Triple Crown thing, but I don't know. That's just me. That's just my personal preference.
This match for World, I give this one a 12 out of 10. My first one of the night. But remember the stipulation for Danielson lost, you had to shake his hand.
Yep.
I was waiting for him to kick him in the dick too. After he shook his hand, I was waiting for him to kick him right in the dick.
No, this ain't WrestleMania 34.
No, not AJ. God damn it!
Hey, not going to lowball him, not kicked him.
So no, I loved everything about this. It's, you know, Danielson is just he's a technical powerhouse, and Eddie has so much emotion. Yeah, this one just was, yeah, incredible. And I was telling Ethan, I'm like, it's been a lot going on. I've been kind of like in and out of watching the product, but I looked at this card and I'm like, this card is gonna be fire. Like,
Now, Sam, did you have issues with BR?
so it's funny you mentioned that. I did not. However, I did notice it asked me twice to buy the pay-per-view.
Ooh.
Like
Yeah,
the first, I ran it. It said purchase accept. I'm like, okay. So then I went to B&R on my TV and it said I didn't purchase yet. I'm like, oh, okay. So I just purchased it. I'm like, yeah, I'll handle it later. I'm not so concerned.
Yeah, because everybody on Twitter was like freaking out about it. Like some people were, like a couple people said they missed the opening match. Some people missed basically the first half up to this match, or caught the last few minutes. So basically, Thriller and like an emergency was like, you could buy here, buy here, buy here.
Yikes!
Honestly, they need to. I mean, I don't know. I used Bleacher once. I had nothing but fucking issues with it.
Yeah, I've heard plenty of terrible things with it too.
Sam's the rare one who hasn't had any issues.
Yeah, I've lucked out. I don't know if it's, you know, and again, I've lived in several different places with it. So I don't know what it is. Again, just lucky.
Can AEW please get a fucking streaming service at this rate?
If it's gonna go on Max, I think we're all at this point. I think whatever they're gonna do, because I was watching something on Max earlier, and they do have, you know, when you go in now, it's like one, you know, live sports, the sport, and you know, the contracts they have, it'll show up now. So I have a feeling we are looking at AEW on Max.
That'd be good because, no offense, I'm not spending $50 9-10 times out of the year. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm like, I am
I
on a
didn't
budget.
I had to,
So, no, thank you.
I'm not either, brother. I had to find free live streams.
Yeah, I can't do cancer streams. I like my laptop to actually work appropriately. So,
Well, it's either that or sometimes people do like fight, like you can win a chance for a coupon, like the
yeah,
color.
yeah.
That's the only times I do. But other than that, I just try to find streams or borrow friends like fight or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm like, I'm not paying $50.
Yeah. No.
So let's hop over to what was supposed to be a Meat Madness match. We had the All-Star Scramble with
Meat. Sorry.
Wardlow defeating, I don't know, a bunch of other people. I'm not gonna spurt it all out right now. This wasn't a bad follow-up. It was good to kind of see a bunch of different people who are like, I don't know if you just put them lower mid, but give them time to shine so they can make their way to the mid, the upper mid, and the main event.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I guess on a 5 out of 10. They kind of did meet Madison. Honestly, they could have left it. Just do Hobbs, Archer, Warlow, and Brian Cage. Because the opening match was basically they threw the small guys out, and then they basically had like a 5-minute fucking short tackle battle. Like they did. They're like Cage and Hobbs went first. They tackle Warlow and Archer, and they're like, big men. All right, go again. And then I'm like, yeah, meat fight. Let's go. Biggie's smiling somewhere right now.
Yep. It's the big
the meat chants were on fire.
Well, I'm sure. Oh,
meat. Yeah, every time they short tackle each other, all I heard was fans meat. And then the like cruiserweights, quote unquote, like the high flyers and Jericho, trying to go.
Jericho's like right in the middle of that.
Like they try to, and then the crowd's like, no. Like they were trying to do the joke, like meat for them, and everybody's like, no. And poor Dante had a rough night, man. Like holy fuck.
Yeah, there was a couple of things that he did that I'm just like, gotta slow down, gotta watch your footwork there, bud.
He almost did a top dollar. I'm like, oh my god! Like he flew over the top rope, and like I think his foot caught the top rope. Lucky the way he lay was safe because I was like, oof, brother. Like his head missed the bottom rope by like that much. I was like, holy fuck, brother, you having a rough night or something? Jesus.
It makes you wonder, like, if his recent injuries have kind of screwed with his head a little bit, like, legitimately, like
the broken ankle, yeah.
Just, I always get a little nervous when it comes to the high flyers that do stuff like that because you have one mistake and then it might lead to more because your psyche's not in that, that right frame. We'll talk about Mr. Darby Allin once we get to the main event. Because I saw lots of videos of his little dive that he did.
He's hardcore. He's hardcore.
He's gonna be dead by the time he's like 40, so he needs to calm down.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in the main event. But the scramble, I mean, I'm glad Warlow's getting a shot. I wouldn't mind Hobbs though if we were doing 2 picks, but I know it's 8, so every 10.
Yeah. I think Hobbs, he definitely needs a run with the TNT title again.
Again, yeah.
They need to kind of do something with him.
I think, honestly, the only reason why Wardlow won is because they're furthering the storyline with Undisputed Kingdom with Adam Cole. Because if Wardlow does end up beating Joe, spoiler, if Wardlow ends up winning the title, I need to see Adam Cole try to take it from him and have Wardlow just go ape shit. So
he's in the wheelchair. Give me.
Yeah.
Poke him. Hey.
Speaking about them, next match we had Roddy Strong taking on and defeating Orange Cassidy for the International Championship. I thought this was awesome as well. Roddy is gonna, I think Roddy may do better things in AEW than WWE
because they'll actually give him a shot to do something. Because he did not, and it made me very, very upset because I've watched him in ROH. And the man is insane in the ring, and they barely let him do anything in NXT. Well, in NXT they did a little bit, but it wasn't nearly as good as it should have been.
He always felt like when he was part of Undisputed Era, he always felt like just the 4th member.
Right.
Like they needed a 4th guy. And that was it. Not that he didn't do anything. Again, he did some great work, but he just felt like he was the 4th guy.
Exactly.
The pen guy.
Yeah.
I hate it. It was funny, like after Undisputed left, like when he did Dynamite, like it wasn't at first. I was like, really? That's what we're doing, Roderick? Like he should be on the main roster. I'm fucking bet. And then later on, like with the Creed brothers, like the second part of Dynamite, it
Yeah.
was just like it was so.
The first one just kind of disintegrated.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
like three of them got like Malcolm Bivens got released like after the second incarnation, and then
Yep.
like Hideki Suzuki got fucking released like a week later. So did Tyler Russ. I was like,
Yep.
Jesus Christ, this group's DOA.
Yeah, it was
And
pretty
then we
bad.
saw Roderick, but it's like I remember Scott. He was in the hospital with his neck
Yeah.
brace.
The last
And
thing we saw him was him being wheeled in while the Creed brothers and Ivan were in the hospital waiting for him. And then that was it. And then we never saw him again. He was
I think
gone.
show up in AEW.
Yeah, then he shows up at AEW like a month or two later. I was like, oh, all right. So I guess Roddy's out of the hospital now.
But in this match of this rule, I mean, I did predict. I said Trent Brown might. I thought Roger was gonna win like cheating way, the heel typical cheating way. No, I'm glad he actually won normally. I'm like, yes, that a boy, Roddy. Suck it, Zach.
Yeah, no, he looked good. I'm glad he got the clean win. So we're not doing another one of those. Oh, it's a heel faction with
Yeah.
dirty wins. I had a feeling this was going to happen, and Scott, we had this conversation. You and I have also talked about this, but Ethan and I talked about it on the pre-show. I'm just like, he's been that champion, and the only reason he's champion again is because Mox got injured. Phoenix had it, and they just wanted to run with Orange Cassidy. So
Yeah.
He definitely needs a break. That's a man who's been putting in the work.
Yes.
I'm gonna go lay down now.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So
7
on
out
top
of 10
of all
for me, by
that,
the way.
what?
7 out of 10. This match.
Yeah, no, it was awesome, and I'm glad to see. Was not disappointed with anything about this match. It was cool to see the return though of Kyle O'Reilly.
I saw that online.
I didn't like. By the way, I love how he rocked the Bold Nakano shirt. That would fucking roll. I'm like, yeah, let's go, buddy. I didn't recognize it for a second. I was like, there's a fan in the. Right? Oh, that's Kyle O'Reilly. Whoops.
But also,
to my defense, he grew his hair out because last time we seen him, he had like a weird mohawk thing going. Like he had short hair, and then next thing I know, I'm like, there's a fan. No, that's Kyle O'Reilly. Never mind.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen. I mean, he didn't say anything, and I know he was through recovery for a while. For all we know, he's back, and he's going to be like, I can't wrestle, but I'm here for the moral support.
In all seriousness, I'm glad to see him, though, in all seriousness.
It is, yeah. And we'll see what happens on Dynamite, what he's going to do.
I did see that they offered him an Undisputed Kingdom shirt, and he said no.
He wished for something and then left.
So I was like, interesting. Okay.
Maybe he refused it because of Mike Bennett, because it was Mike Bennett's shirt, and then he took it off and gave it to him. And I was like, no.
I mean, yeah, it's understandable.
But he wished for something in his ear, though, but we don't know what it is. So this is the Rock Cody thing all over again.
Gonna finish your story.
Fuck your story.
All right. So going from that, and I bet you this is the match that Ethan is a little pissy about.
Yeah, I am, you fucker. You told me to go.
Blackpool Combat Club taking on defeat an FTR by technical submission. Okay, I'm gonna first of all, let's start off on that. Ethan, what's your rating on this one?
8 out of 10. This was great.
Yeah, it was a great match. It was solid. This was my logic here, Scott, and I need you to back me because I know you're a man of reason. You're a wrestling's voice of reason.
He is, though.
The BCC is a dominant team. They are dominant across the board whatsoever. I couldn't see any tag team defeating them in any scenario. However, FTR is the tag team.
I mean, that is true.
To me, I'm like, if any tag team is going to stop these two, it's going to be FTR.
Right.
No ifs, ands, or buts. So this ending actually surprised me.
I did too. That's one base. Surprisingly, Mock, the guy who bleeds a lot, didn't bleed in this match. It was Dax Harwood.
It was Dax. Oh yeah, Dax was bleeding all over the place.
Moxley didn't bleed, Scott.
No. Then it wasn't Moxley. It couldn't have been. It had to be somebody else. It had to be
it was Dean Ambrose.
He's got thicker skin because WWE don't bleed, so that makes a lot of sense.
So
I crashed Sam. That's my first joke of the night.
No, this was good. I was definitely shocked, but again, it is we are in March. I mean, what do we have coming up? We do have at some point Blood and Guts.
Yep.
And then we do have, with Double or Nothing, Anarchy in the Arena or Stadium Stampede, whatever they decide to do. I mean, could this be their way of going, hey, let's have them lose, but let's make them win in this scenario. You got to, because they weren't, FTR was wrestling as FTR does, but they weren't wrestling like John Moxley does. So
True.
you got to get, you got to beat the Mox, you got to, play like Mox sometimes. And I don't know, I'm spitballing.
Well, you did say that the next pay-per-view is called Destiny
Dynasty.
or Dynasty. Okay, well, even still.
Close.
If it was Destiny, it would actually work even better. But Dynasty still works too.
Missed opportunity.
All right. God damn. I mean, you could look at FTR, being a team of Destiny and starting to create a dynasty. You never know. Obviously, if we're gonna have, again, I don't want to spoil things. We'll talk about this afterwards. I have thoughts on this. I'll let it ride until the end.
Okay. Actually, I got the. So remember the group in MLW called the Dynasty, where a certain better than you,
Yes.
and I know it.
Yes.
What if they bring him back for one night? Well, not Alex Harrison because he's in TNA because contract stuff. But well, it's funny on the pick show. I said I wouldn't be surprised BC got the win because they're going to Arena Mexico at the end of the month because they're facing a bunch of teams and like keep that feud going.
Yep.
So I was like, okay. And then if we do get Forbidden Door, I could see. Like, I mean, let's be honest, half of New Japan's pretty much on AEW most of the time anyway.
Pretty much.
So I could see him this year. Like, you can still bring a few, like, New Japan, like Naito, Shingo, like, Eddie Juniors. But I could see CML being part of that this year because obviously New Japan and CML are partners and then AEW is partners of, like, they're just a fucking company whore with multiple partners. But this match actually, like the first few minutes, I was like, okay, not too bad, but I hope it kicks in soon. Like it was just kind of just flow. But the last few minutes was really good. I was surprised with double submission. I was like, oh shit. Damn it, Scott. This went 21 minutes, by the way. This went a minute over the time limit draw.
Oh, jeez.
They needed an extra minute 47 to win. But I'm surprised this didn't have a stipulation, though, like me and Sam were talking on the pick show.
Yeah, I figured this would have like no time limit or something. But yeah, it was just straight up match. And hey, all right.
Oh, sorry. BCC was LOD for the night.
I did see the picture of that. I was like, oh, that's sick. It's nice.
Now, honestly, Claudia actually looked pretty badass with the spikes on. I'm not going to lie. Everybody's like, hey, look, it's LOD for Midnight Express. Guess Greensboro.
All right.
And FTR's old school. I was like, and it took me a second. I was like, Midnight.
Well, their theme, isn't it like a rehash of what are the Expresses?
I'm pretty sure it is. I think
that fits perfectly. That fits perfectly.
I think Dax said that like on his podcast or like on the AEW or the unrestricted one.
Yeah.
I think he said. I heard him say it before, but I think he said it's like a little bit of Midnight and a little bit of someone else, but yeah,
it's still probably my favorite AEW theme. It's
I do. At first, I was like, I liked their first one, like their debut one,
right?
But then when I first heard that, I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, okay, actually, it's kind of catchy. Give it a little couple. I give it a first couple of weeks, and I'm like, all right, this sucks.
Just make them old school. I like it.
No flips, just fists.
That's right.
All right, hopping into the final four here. Women's World Championship match. Timeless Toni Storm taking on, defending and retaining against the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo.
It was creepy how much Mariah May looked like Toni Storm.
Bro, I was just gonna say that. Like, I saw the photo of her coming out like old school Toni Storm, and I was just like, "Holy shit!" I'm like,
it was scary. How much
the inevitable turn that she'll have on Toni at some point. It's just like, dear Lord, like this woman is like ready to go for like stardom, and I'm so excited.
The only thing that threw me off, because yes, immediately like those first 30 seconds, I'm just like, oh, she's going old school. But then it was like the length of her hair. And I'm like,
true. Tony's hair was never that long. That's right.
No, but even at this current moment in time, it's like maybe if it was like wet, it'd be like shoulder level.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it's, and I had to sit there. I'm like, she's either wearing a wig or that's not Tony. I was totally done.
Or extensions, because in WWE they made her wear extensions.
Yes. Yes.
6 out of 10 for me.
I thought this was pretty good. We got to see Deanna in the ring. You know, Scott and I, we've been singing her praises.
Mm-hmm.
You know, going back to TNA.
I will laugh though where fuck, this is too funny. They're in the corner and then Tony, Lobo, Deanna, and Taz is like yam bags. And Scabbard's like, no. No.
Like, there's no yam bags there.
Taz like, I don't know what to say. He wanted to so badly. I'm like, Taz, stop it, buddy. Stop it. You're gonna get canceled. Stop it. But like she Lobo and Taz like, I'm thrown off guard. He tried, you know, Eric Johnson gets hit in the game bag. Taz is gonna yell it. And
Yeah,
he's like, oh shit. I feel like that was a prank on him in a way.
Oh my
but
god.
I thought the ending was kind of flat though, honestly. Like it was just like, oh shit, it's over.
Yeah. But
that's why it's a 6 out of 10 for me. But I thought the match was good too. But I thought the ending was just.
It was a good showing of Deanna too. I think
This went like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Really? That wow.
Yeah, there wasn't a single match that went north of 25.
No, the 3 longest was the main event, BC versus FTR and Ospreay and Natasha. Spoiler. And the world title, I think I think they went 19 minutes.
It was 1940 for them, and that was 5 seconds shorter than Eddie and Danielson. But that being said, yeah, I thought it was a good showing for Deanna. Curious to see what happens with this storyline, what happens with Tony, who your next challenger is, especially now we have a pay-per-view in a month. Well, a little over a month.
Right.
Ethan.
Yes.
The longest match of the night, and I'm assuming another Ethan pick, if you will.
Yes, I did tell you this last night. 12 out of 10, baby. Let's go.
Ospreay and Takeshita. Man, what a banger.
After banger. After banger.
He didn't show up. Thank God. People were telling me that yesterday. Like, oh, what do you think Sheamus is going to show up? What's his name going to be? I'm like,
Yeah, because he posted, it looked like he's in a jail cell, like a mugshot. That's why everybody's thinking, but it's Sheamus. He's probably just fucking trolling.
Of course he is. It's Sheamus.
Honestly, I know there's not really lifers. I mean, Taker was pretty much a lifer. I can see Sheamus being a lifer this rate. He's been there for like 15, 20 years.
He still needs to win the IC title. This man can't go everywhere. He can't go anywhere else yet. He needs to be a Grand Slam champion. It needs to happen.
Could see that argument, but also how long was Dolph Ziggler in WWE? And here we are now with him in TNA.
No, I know. Like,
no, I'm just saying, no, if they want to.
Yeah.
But Ospreay and Takeshita, holy fuck. Holy, I can't do this match justice. Ospreay's just a fucking beast. I lost my train of thought for a minute. What a crazy spot those guys. So I don't know if you've seen this spot. So Takeshita suplexed him on the turnbuckle.
Yes, I was actually going to mention that. I saw that clip today. I was just like, Jesus Christ, he almost killed him.
Strong style is back, baby.
The difference between strong style and stupid style. So I mean, seriously, like he could have dropped Ospreay on his head. Like,
no,
that was dangerously close to being crippling. So I was.
Ospreay got back and he.
Oh no, I know, but I was just still. It's just like there are. I understand insane moves, but there are certain moves, certain things you shouldn't risk. And I mean that for me was a little like there was no need for that to be done.
No. I thought it was a botch at first. I thought he was trying to do like the brainbuster on the turnbuckle, and then like I thought maybe he like slipped. It's like, oh shit, and then I guess I was playing. But by the way, the fans of Greensboro kept saying Aussie, oi to Ospreay. He's fucking British. He's British.
But he is part of whatchamacallit. Isn't his stablemates, aren't they?
Yeah, no, but I mean Fletcher and Davis come out. Yeah, I mean that's fine, but Ospreay's British. Like
No, I know, but I think it's because they're in the same
Yeah,
faction that they're synonymous with it. But no, you're right. Yeah, he is British. So
and speaking of Kyle Fletcher, they are facing off on Dynamite Wednesday.
really
Yeah, he came out and they gave a hug, and yeah, we got that. Let me tell you, the next couple of months is gonna be
Be kind of interesting.
it's gonna be very interesting. But this match, I can already see Ethan's eyes. He's like, this is in the top 50 already.
This is already top 30.
30, yeah. Right? See, I
Nice.
can read them.
Hey, that's same. I told you this Saturday on my top 2023 Osprey. Half my list is Osprey. Somebody thought it was gonna be all Japan match.
It was mostly Japan matches, so
Yeah, no 90% fucker. But this match, I mean, please put a title on Kesha, Tony. Please, for the love of God. Give him the fun.
TNT
Him
title.
and, Sam, what did I say on Saturday? Him or when it drops Sunday, him and Roderick for the international title. Sign me the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
The ghost, Keshta. Kenosuke.
but the only problem with that is that you
Oh,
have
it's
to
heel.
turn one of them face. You can't have the two heel factions go against one another. It's just unless you want to do it to who's going to cheat the most, you got to turn somebody face, and it's not going to be Don Callis. So it's going to have to be Undisputed Kingdom. It has to be.
Takesha needs to get away from Don Callis soon, honestly.
At some point, but right now he's on fire because of his association with Don.
I think what you do, at least for now, before you decide to rip him from Don, is you give him one of the lower card titles.
The Kondo
and
Crown.
then work with him on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
think he'd be a good TNT. Obviously, I know that stuff like that. Like he doesn't have to be in the international title holder right now. Give him the TNT title. Let him run with that. It also gives Don Callis family more legitimacy also. And if you want to have someone like Hobbs get upset about it, then there's your turn, and then that's way Takeshita can get out.
It's funny on the Tron with Don Callis family. You know how it's like the family.
The Last Supper, yeah.
The Last Supper. Sammy Guevara has been in the group in like 5 months.
Is he still there? I didn't know.
Yeah, they're still there. I'm like, bro, you literally slapped him across the face. Why is he still on the Last Supper?
Who knows?
But it was good seeing Fletcher. He had a visa issue. That's why he was on TV lately.
All right, I've been wondering. I was wondering why he
That's
wasn't.
what
That makes sense.
But his Twitter game's so funny. He was his dog Brody. He pretended that he won the TV title, and like a couple of days later, he had his foot on him, like jokingly. He had to tell. He's like, Brody lost. I'm back champion again. But it was good seeing Fletcher though. But this match fucking ruled. Elevated. The crowd loved that song, by the way. I'm like, yes, they should never got rid of that.
Nice.
Yeah. Great match. But then we had these, the two. I would almost say this was like a double main event because you had the world title, then you had Sting's last match. So let's talk about the main event. This one was a tough loss for me, but I told Ethan this. Samoa Joe taking on defeated Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland to retain the AEW World Title. Swerve is on fire right now, and I said I'm going to pick Swerve because I know Samoa needs some more time with the title. However, I see Swerve getting this title sooner rather than later. Swerve's the guy who's going to take it off of Samoa.
Who ate the pin?
Heyman tapped out.
Okay. That makes sense.
I kind of wish he like when Joe had to go create clutch. I like Swerve trying to get in. I was waiting for Heyman to be like, "Fuck you," and then tap it on purpose, or stare at him while passing out.
Yeah.
That like I'm just nitpicking, but it was that triple threat. I felt so bad because they were right after like Osprey and Takeshita.
Yeah.
I was like, oof. But this match ruled.
The crowd didn't stop. That's the weird thing, between. It's like they did have a little bit of breather room with the,
they were just go for each match, not like the chamber where you had almost an hour of wait time. Not saying that's a bad thing, but I mean, a little ridiculous, but still. But like AEW was just like go. I'm like, I gotta piss. I don't want to miss it.
Right?
Oh yeah, and the crowd didn't stop either all night. I thought the crowd would have been gassed.
That's
but
like I thought I don't that like the dead spot. I actually thought it was like okay, we could like kind of sit there, right? But I mean, it's fucking Swerve, it's Joe, it's Heyman. But apparently Heyman's taking time off soon. That's what I seen online.
Okay, that
I
kind of
don't
makes
know. Yeah, so but it's just like, when I was telling Sam there on the post show or pick show, I said I could see Swerve winning the title double or nothing, go to All In and face Osprey. We need
Smart.
a podcast about fantasy booking.
Yeah, we need to do that. We need to do that. But yes,
9 out of 10, by the way. Another Ethan pick.
yeah,
Right.
this was a banger. And I'm convinced Swerve's going to take the belt off him. He's just too hot.
right. No, I
Um,
agree. I agree.
And I think it'll
Oh.
happen at Double or Nothing.
Fuck, I hope so. I forgot to mention this. Did you remember when Prince Nana threw his crown to Swerve during the first match of Wrestle Dream last year? And that's how he won, be Hangman.
Mm-hmm.
So last year, I'm sorry, excuse me. So he did it again, but Swerve's like, no, I want to win normally, and like slid it back. I was like, ooh. I'm like, no, don't break him up yet.
It's not the first time though that Swerve has told Nana not to do
Second time,
stuff.
I think.
Yeah, so the cracks are there.
Plants
I mean,
on the
I appreciate Swerve wanting to do this legitimately. I appreciate that a lot. So I don't know. Could be interesting. Seeing what happens.
I thought it was cool. I forgot that because I was like he threw it in. I think it was got to do something. And Swerve's like, no, I want to win this the right way. And I'm like, babyface turn coming. Baby first
Yep.
turn.
Yep.
Excuse me.
All right, guys. Last but not least, the main event, emotional moment. And again, another one that I just could not fathom.
All four of us got this one wrong.
Right?
Well, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'll
No,
take a
not at
happy
all.
loss on this one.
Sting and Darby Allin defeat and retain the AEW World Tag Team Champions against the Young Bucks. This was yeah. I was convinced.
They're hardcore.
And half the time, what's funny though? You're talking about that. I don't think Darby was the first one to start bringing stuff out. I think Sting was like, "Look, if I'm going out, I'm going out."
He was. He
took the tables out. He was the one who took the glass out.
GCW. He's been
Like,
watching a lot of GCW.
Right.
Again, Sting, for his age, he still looked incredible. He still looks good.
Yeah.
Not everyone can say that in your mid 60s.
Mm.
But I thought this was good. I thought this was good to do this with the Bucks.
I love the spot where they're super kicking him. I think this was like towards the end of the match. And they're like, "We're sorry. Actually, we're not. We hate you." Bam. And then
Was that the no-sell pin afterwards?
I think it might have been, but it was like one of the super kick, Young Bucks.
Yeah, because there was a point where they were like kicking the crap out of him, and you're like, "Oh, that's it." And then it's the one count jump.
It was just like when he did that, like Sting, like he went back like this, and he just slowly rose, like no sold it, and then, like the place fucking blew up, and he's like, "Let's go!" Boom. Yeah. And but yeah, he brought the glass out, and my other wrestling group, they're like, "Someone's been watching a lot of GCW lately." I was like, "Yeah, Nick Gage trained him."
I will say, man, I've seen a lot of blood. I've seen a lot, people get hurt. Man, that Darby spot.
Holy fuck.
I don't think I've seen blood come out of so many spots on somebody. He looked
real
like
glass, cry me a river.
He damn near liquefied that glass. Like if you watch, like I saw the whole bunch of videos on it, like in slow-mo. The way he hit the glass and the way it exploded, it looked like he liquefied it, and then it kind of fell down.
I think it was someone said it was sorry, Scott, I didn't mean to cut you off. Not real. It was like sugar glass, whatever. Because like when he did the swanton, like it exploded. Obviously, glass could explode, but parts of it went into the crowd, and I was like, I think people are like, I think it's sugar because it was real. You probably get lawsuits, maybe.
Yeah,
like, wrestling fans are crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
so I don't know if they want to do that, but some might. And then when they threw Sting into the corner glass, somebody on Twitter's like, "Well, I got glass in my seat. Souvenirs." I'm like, yeah, sweep it up, hurry up. But I was shocked when he brought it out. I'm like, holy fuck, it's Deathmatch Sting.
Deathmatch Sting.
He's going all out. No pun intended. Like some of the spots, like the Falcon Arrow off the stage to Darby and Sting taking it on the other side of the staging.
I
was
saw
like,
that.
I remember the good old days where the Raw stage used to be like this high, and then like they go wee.
Yep.
Darby went crazy. He said he was gonna die for Sting's last match. Then he's like, but like they brought this big ladder like Jeff Hardy. I'm like, oh god. I seen that. I was thinking, oh god, the Jeff Hardy spot. I'm like, oh god.
Yep.
And then Matt's like, no, Nick, you're not taking this. I'm like, oh my fuck, Darby. I was like, Sam, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's funny because I saw him hit and he laid there for a minute, and then it looked like he had acupuncture on his whole back, because then he just started oozing from every like orifice, and I was like,
Yep.
he's
I
gonna
saw
bleed
those
out.
photos. I was like, Jesus Christ.
I thought they were gonna honestly, I thought they were gonna put him to the back and like do that storyline where they take him to the back. Okay, I'm gonna come back out.
Yep.
He just fucking laid there for like 10-15 minutes. I'm like, someone check on Darby. Like
I also think they
out.
were probably wrapping him up.
they were, yeah. Doc, I saw certain clips like what Scott said, like, and Doc Sam. So there was another doctor. There was like 2 or 3 of them out there. I think they were trying to like, okay, here you do that side. I'll tape this side. Give me the tape. Because I guess at the media scrum, they're like, oh yeah, I had to get like a bunch of stitches, and then like Tony's like, by the way, you're facing Jay White big business. I'm like, give the fucker a break. He's climbing a hip mountain in a month. And also Sting's sons. Holy shit, that was scary. How much of like young Sting. Like
I saw they came out as Surfer Sting, and I think it was NWO Wolfpack Sting.
Wolfpack. I like the Stinger spot. The Wolfpack Sting. I forget which son's who. The Wolfpack Sting. He did a better Stinger splash than Surfer Sting. I'm not gonna lie.
That was another moment where
it was cool though. I loved it. And the video package, like the movie theater, that was
the video
badass.
package was very emotional.
Did you watch those, Scott?
No, I didn't see that. No.
He sits down in a movie theater, and it says final show or something like that. And
final show time or something.
Yeah, and it's kind of going through, again, you can't do the video, so they'll do like photos.
Yeah.
And just him by himself in the middle of the theater.
Yeah, they showed him like NWA, New Japan, no TNA WWE, because
right,
obviously they're.
Then it like stops, and he goes, "Well, one last time" or something. He says something like that, and he walks out.
It's showtime, and then he's like, "Let's do that." Like, got kind of like super quiet. Let's do this. I'm like, oh, all right, I'm fucking ready. Let's go. That's
right. Yeah.
Mostly, I wait till like AEW previews. I mean, people who know, like, I wait till the next day to watch them, just like for podcasts, like get this. But it was things like I was like, I gotta watch this live. I gotta find a way to. And then I like how they start with this AEW theme, and then they kind of stopped, and then they did the Seek and Destroy. I'm like, yes, there we go.
Oh yeah, they did Metallica Seek and Destroy. I was gonna bring that up.
Nice.
Yeah. But no, they came out with a banger for Revolution, and I'm hoping this momentum continues.
Ricky Steamboat took a bump. So did Ric Flair.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Ricky, you go one more. And everybody's like, yeah, Young Bucks, baby faces for kicking Ric Flair's ass.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
But
it was funny.
Yeah. This is a show worth watching. Scott, if you get bored, I can always give you the Bleacher Report account, kind of go through like the highlights if there's something you want to check out. But I'm hoping this is the bottom of the hill, and we just go like this year. So far, Mania is looking like a banger, and hopefully AEW can also follow suit. So we're not just we're talking about nothing but incredible wrestling. Guys, I'm glad that Revolution is come and gone. Great show. Again, we got 1 month till we're in Philly, WrestleMania 40.
By the way, congratulations, Scott, for winning the Revolution show.
Oh, yeah. Scott, you're on your way to winning and becoming the first ever 2-time Ship It Studios champion. Soon to be, I don't know, maybe the Bedlam champion of Bedlam.
Well, we'll see. We'll see
what happens. He's going to be Damian Priest. He's got Ship in the bank, and he could possibly be the Ship It Studios / Bedlam champion.
I mean, it's in my back pocket. So if something happens and I don't walk away with this championship, whoever has it, the days are numbered. Real small numbers.
Boston just came out, Scott. Boston just came out. I heard that. I'm like,
I know. It's like I said it. I was like, oh shit.
Boston's coming.
Doesn't happen too often.
Ever,
but it
Scott,
does.
I'm 2 points behind you, bro.
True. I know. I did extend my lead. Now I am up to 2, but still we have, I think, 4 full events left. So that's
Super
still
Carb Honor, Stand Deliver, and both WrestleManias.
Yep. So there's still a possibility of 8 more points. So Sam, actually, you are on the bubble
Oh,
because you only have 3 points, and the champ himself only has 4. So he's in trouble too. So Sam's gonna run the table if he wants a chance to win.
Remember, I have a good record going into Mania, my friend.
That's very true. It's very true.
ah,
got a
fuck.
great-
Scott, hurry up, push him up.
Well, guys, thank you so much for listening. If you don't already do so, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. YouTube, specifically YouTube, pushing it right now. Go to Above the Ring. Don't forget to follow Bedlam Media, our new podcast and network. Don't forget to listen to my other show, Uncle Sam's Static Kaleidoscope, which drops Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, respectively. Didn't drop on Monday. It was a rough weekend Monday, and that's a conversation for another time. So, guys, thank you so much for listening. This has been AEW's Revolution post-show. Don't forget, I went to go say it. No, I'm going to leave it in. As always, guys, do not forget to join the Bedlam.
Thanks, guys.